What up guys, this is Tawok here bringing you another video from ESO. Today I'm here to talk to you about Dragon Knight tanking. I've had a lot of people ask me on the forums pretty much how to tank, and I've given them my idea of how to do it. It seems to work pretty well since I've cleared every dungeon up to this point. We'll start out by pointing out the skills that I think are necessary to tank from a Dragon Knight. Absolutely crucial is Ransack. Very first ability in your sword and shield category. This is your taunt, and it reduces their armor. So basically this is going to make you and your physical teammates hit harder, and it's also going to be your main taunt. And this is definitely what you're going to want to use to keep the enemies off of your teammates. Another ability that I definitely find crucial, and you're going to be finding this again in the one-handed shield column, but 4 abilities down, so it's a little bit higher up there in the skills. But this is your gap closer. This is your little charge there. You're gonna run in and you just knock the enemy down. It's great against it's great against casters because it stops them, and it closes the gap, like I said. The next ability that's I don't know how you could go without this one is Volatile Armor. I don't think that's the first how it starts out. That mine's morphed, so it has a more powerful version of itself, but it's the first ability in the Draconic power tree. And this is your huge armor buff, and I have mine morphed to do physical damage back to attackers, but this is definitely crucial, especially when you're getting into some of the harder hitting enemies or the melee bosses. This ability can definitely be the difference between life and death. Okay, now the next ability that I find crucial is Burning Talons. This is your snare, your group snare. So anytime you're doing a huge trash pull, and let me tell you, ESO has some enormous trash pulls. I've seen up to like 10 to 12 mobs in a single pull, and I'm only level 21. So it gets pretty crazy out there, so you definitely need a group snare, so you can rush up in there, snare the group, and proceed to ransack as many of them as your stamina allows. And the final ability, and I just found out that this is a pretty good ability to have, is the third one down in one-handed shield. Defensive Posture reflects a spell back at the caster, and this actually works on bosses. I found quite a bit, well, almost all the time on trash, where you can reflect weaker to mid-level spells back at the enemy. You know, a little DPS boost for you, and you definitely can mitigate a lot of damage on that, especially on the first dungeon in the level 20 realm. The final boss does a lot of casting. You can reflect, and you can basically spam this and reflect almost half of her damage that she does to you. So with that being said, let's go have a look at how these abilities play out. See, these people over here are already fighting these mini bosses on the map. So there's my charge, ransack the taunt, pop my shield, my armor buff. There's Burning Talons, and for some crazy reason that tiger doesn't possess the ability to cast spells, so I couldn't demonstrate the shield reflect. But that's what your character does. And the next spell that's cast at me will reflect it, and it sounds like ping pong when you reflect a spell. So you know when you've done it. The spell has a very unique noise. So there you go. You guys have it. Dragon Knight tanking. See if I can find another mob to demonstrate on. Look at the deer hopping off. Yay! There we go, some crocodiles. Alright, so let's do the shield. Let's do the rush again. Gap closing. Root them. Armor. And ransack the ones that aren't attacking you, if your stamina allows. You know, just stay spry for things like dodging and blocking power attacks. You know the power attacks when they're coming, and you know the AoEs when they're coming too. There's always a big tell when someone's going to cast a big lightning bolt, or they're going to blow you away or hit you with a big power attack. So just stay spry and try to avoid as much damage as you can to make it as easy on your healers. So that's Dragon Knight tanking in a nutshell. If you like what you heard, like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Until next time, this is Tawok signing off.